All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier eye hypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. So today's pod is definitely a reflective one, as I've been, thinking about the journey over the last year, over the last couple of years, and of course, as I sort of let my memory stretch all the way back to over the last 2 decades, the message that kept coming back was, you know, a lot of a lot of the personal victories that you will experience is when you truly are willing to apply the principle of perseverance, meaning that when you choose to persevere, that really is when you're able to notice the changes, able to notice um, the difference between um, I could have made it possible, and you know I I not only survived, but I also am thriving. And I say this also because, if you, especially as a healer coach, if you've begun this journey, and maybe it's just been maybe, a couple of months or maybe a couple of years, I'm sure by now you've had that experience where there are a lot of times where you kind of hear that inner chatter saying that, maybe you should give this up and move on and do something else. But somehow, no matter how much or how hard you try, invariably you still end up coming back to this space and the realization that no, I'm meant to do this work, and maybe there's something missing in uh, the way that I've been doing things, or maybe there's something missing in what I've been doing or how I've been doing things. And as long as you're willing to, do the work, as long as you're willing to keep showing up, sooner or later you will be able to get to that point where not only have you uh, gone through that phase where you were sort of doubting, or maybe you were constantly playing with the idea of giving up, but instead you persisted. And that's simply because why, or that's the reason why you've been able to have this breakthrough. And I'm sure you recognize that in having this breakthrough, it's no longer about you, it's no longer just for you, but that this becomes your story that you get to share with others. And when you are able to notice these kind of changes happening in your life, you'll also notice that other people are starting to have similar kind of breakthroughs. Again, I say this from experience because now pretty much on a day-to-day basis, I'm hearing of the breakthroughs that my clients are making, that my students are starting to have. And remember, breakthroughs are not a one-off. It's like, the more you stay in the space, the more breakthroughs you're making space for to happen in your life. So just a reminder, especially as a healer coach, if maybe you've been, wondering that when will your breakthrough happen, the key here is, rather than giving up, that you keep persevering, and sooner or later, you will not only have those breakthroughs, but you'll also be able to share these stories with others so that they can have their own breakthroughs. And it's interesting as I'm saying this to you because when we do our 3 day format, day one, of course, we focus on literally um, shifting, literally swapping our identities from who we were and what was keeping us stuck in the past to becoming the version that we were always meant to. And day two, we focus. In fact, today we were focusing more on toxic beliefs, in fact, toxic habits, and really focusing on being able to transform our beliefs. And tomorrow, incidentally and coincidentally, we are going to be focusing on money breakthroughs. So, as I said before, just keep showing up and keep doing the work, of course, and have this belief that all of this work is going to lead you to where you were always meant to be. That version of you that is that successful, um, powerful, loving healer coach, someone who people can look to and really truly be inspired by, really truly have that experience of not only having a guide in their life, but also your story becomes their story, and their story becomes their audiences, their tribe's story as well. So, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If there's any way in which I can help you, please do reach out and let me know. And of course, having said all of that, remember to live your purpose. God bless, and of course, have a beautiful, wonderful day ahead. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.